Hello, Stefan. Are you afraid? I hope not. For fear is the ladder upon which the dead climb, to seek the vulnerable among us. But often their motive is even more sinister. A bargain for life itself. So I suggest you suspend your disbelief for a moment, and I will tell you a tale. It was October 1891. A young boy named Timothy was just 11 years old when his father fell ill. Timothy's father had lived a reckless life, smoking cigarettes ceaselessly and drowning himself in brandy. The old man's body could hold on no longer, and as winter began its freeze, he lay at death's door. One evening, as Timothy sat by his father's bedside, the old man woke, and summoning all his strength, he whispered to Timothy,
"Be not afraid, Timothy. Death comes for us all. You are my blood, and though I have been shackled by death, you prosper in life, warmed by God's sun."
But Timothy was afraid, and only days later, his father was gone. And no sooner had the graveyard priest intoned his final prayer than Timothy found himself staring at two farm hands who were driving the final nails into the pine coffin. Clank, clank. Worse than the strike of the hammers came the sound which followed. Timothy winced as the rusty shovels penetrated the pile of loose dirt next to the grave, tossing each load into the pit, onto the coffin below. Scrape, thud, scrape, thud. The frightening echo of those sounds would haunt Timothy's dreams for months to come. Each morning Timothy woke in a cold sweat, the sounds from the graveyard ringing in his ears. "It's just a dream," he'd say to himself. "Do not be afraid." And as he'd open his eyes, the morning sun would rain in through the window, and the remnants of the horrid dream would melt away. But night after night, for weeks, the same nightmare came to Timothy. The boy woke every morning, and the chill he felt deep within grew. Then it was All Hallows' Eve, and as he closed his eyes and he drifted off to sleep that night, he prayed he would not be tormented again by his terrifying imaginings. On the following morning he awoke, gasping, hyperventilating, as he had on countless mornings before. But as he opened his eyes, something was different. The sunlight was absent. It must be a stormy day, he thought. I'll open the curtains. But as he sat up, a blunt force struck his head. Then he heard the sounds. They were closer than ever before. Closer, more vivid. Clank, clank, scrape, thud, scrape, thud. Timothy opened his eyes wider, but there was still no light. Panicked, he touched his eyelids. "Have I gone blind in the night?" he wondered. Then a familiar voice bellowed from the darkness.
"Timothy, do not be afraid. The Reaper comes for all of us. Fear him not. I am your blood, and though you are shackled by death this day, I am born anew."
Slowly the voice drifted off. The sounds became more muffled. The piling on of dirt had insulated Timothy from the world at large. And now, as he reached above, his His fingers felt coarse wood, and there was only silence, but for his own heartbeat, echoing off the pine. Timothy's story is one of betrayal along lines of blood. I ask you, Stefan, would you bury your child alive to sustain your own prosperity and unfettered indulgence? I hope not. And God willing, I hope you are not afraid on this All Hallows Eve, for fear is the ladder upon which the dead climb.